Questions?
Coach, obviously you've had a chance to review the scrimmage a little bit now. What were your thoughts about how the team performed Saturday evening?
Yeah, we got a lot of reps. It was 120-something play scrimmage between the three different groups, so a lot of film to evaluate. I think a general message to the team was, there's a lot of really good things that show up on film. Obviously, you can tell we're athletic and have a chance to be explosive on offense, and we can play pretty good defense. Our biggest thing holding us back right now is we yet to have found a high level of consistency with all 11 guys, right, executing their assignment the way it's intended. And so, the unfortunate thing about football is you can have a touchdown dialed up should be a ball over the top of the defense for a touchdown. If a guy busts a protection, right, it's a sack, and vice versa. You can have 10 guys playing pretty good defense and one guy not doing his assignment, and it splits you for a long play. So we've got to find a higher level of consistency, all 11 executing their job.
We've talked a lot about the battle at safety and in that cornerback spot. Anyone that stood out in the scrimmage in terms of that competition?
No one I highlight. Marcus Banks is still continuing to play high level. He's a senior. We need him to kind of take charge and be the leader of that group and make sure everyone's up to the standard. But we're getting a rotation of guys in there. Some guys, as you get to this point in camp, they're banged up or you got some soft tissue stuff, so it limits some reps. But no real standouts that I would mention played better than anyone else.
How do you think you can find that consistency? Is it a matter of you find in the best 11 players, or is it more of a matter of just getting in more reps?
Well, I think it's both, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to find a high level of consistency if you're not playing your best players, and then obviously you got to get enough reps. Every day you're installing stuff, right? So sometimes you might call something in a scrimmage and you've only practiced it for a day or two, right? As opposed to something from day one, you've got 10, 11 days of practice under your belt, and so with more reps, we'll get better. But obviously, like I said, September 2nd is fast approaching, and so we got to get there soon.
We've been hearing Cree Whitmore's name a lot, saying videos of him, things like that. It's tough for a true freshman to kind of show up like that early. What's he been doing to kind of catch your eye so far?
Yeah, he's done a nice job. Obviously, he knows what to do, right? He knows how we want him to do it. So, he gets lined up where he's supposed to with the right split. Obviously, understands he's supposed to be blocking a support player in the run game, or what route he has and how he's supposed to set it up and time it up. Passing's kind of about spacing and timing, right? And so they've done a nice job of getting a little connection there, and obviously he's getting to learn there under Tulu and playing the same position. So he played a lot of plays. He played a lot of plays on Saturday. I was probably played too much, but that's all right. Freshmen can handle all them reps.
Speaking of true freshmen, got to see Chris a lot in the spring, but then he got to acclimate himself to doing team drills. I know it's still early for him, but what have you seen from Carson now that he's been able to take part in some team drills?
Yeah, obviously, talented arm, right? He's getting comfortable operating the offense, checking runs from one side to the other if the defense, right, if the look dictates that. So it seems like he's getting more comfortable every single day. I think he's got a great opportunity to learn under Will and meet with Will and Coach Barbay on a daily basis in the room, and he'll improve from that.
I know we talked about this in the summer after the 23 signings, the rest of them got here, but it seems like we've been talking about Seth Davis and Whittemore, those guys that got here in January. Just how big is the difference with their level of play in camp compared to those that just got here?
Oh, it's huge, yeah. We've been talking about that in staff meeting. The guys who are early enrolled and got a whole semester under their belt and all those reps from spring versus the guys who came in summer. Right? We're kind of to the point in camp where it's the newness of it has worn off, right? No one's exactly fired up about getting here at 7 in the morning, starting meetings and breakfast and everything, and staying until 9 at night, right? It's long days, and so it seems to me like in that freshman class, those early enrollees, they're a little bit more accustomed to what it takes and just the daily procedure. So yeah, it's been a good advantage for them to get those reps in early enrolling.
Last 2 years, special teams kind of been inconsistent. What have you seen so far in camp for special teams this year?
Well, obviously we're working on all 4 phases, right? Trying to execute the schemes to the best of our abilities, add new schemes in if it helps us. But the specialists have done a nice job. I've got open competition at field goal kicker, kickoff guy, punters, and so it'll go all the way up until probably game week.
You mentioned the fact that September ain't moving, that game day is going to be there. How do you walk that line between still installing and doing what you want to do and just getting ready for September 2nd?
We're about to that point, right? Right, tomorrow is really the kind of last true day of training camp because school starts Wednesday, which you transition to the 20-hour rule, right, where that's all you got them for a week. So Wednesday will be an off day. We'll come back Thursday. We'll probably start introducing a couple scout team periods just to get guys used to that role. And then next week we'll treat like it's week 1 of game week, right? It's essentially mock week 1. So we kind of get a run through of it and get everyone used to what it's going to be like, and that'll naturally freshen them up a little bit. And you start making decisions on, all right, what are we actually going to take into the first game or first couple games? And so you throw out what you're not too good at and you focus in on what you seem to have a handle on.
Will talked a lot about, the big transition in this offense. A lot of it has to do with learning new terminology and things like that. In the scrimmage, did you seem like him and Coach Barbe had good communication, kind of are getting acclimated to, working together during a game scenario?
Yeah, Will's got no issues with the terminology or any of that. I mean, there's no issues there.
When you were the defensive coordinator only, I know you pulled for the defense to have a win every play. It's a little different dynamic now. So what was it like Saturday? I mean, I know you want everybody to play well, but did you get what you wanted from like the offense having some good moments and the defense? And if so, how did maybe your focus change in that respect?
Oh yeah, that's easy. First scrimmage. It's not hard to make a 10-play cut of about 5 plays for each side and show it in a team meeting. Go, all right, here's 5 plays where defense you're set up for success, but because someone didn't do their job or execute it the way it should be done, the offense ends up having a productive play, or vice versa. Hey, offense, you could not ask for a better defense right here to exploit with the play call you have on, but because someone not doing their job, all right, or a busted assignment, it prevents it from being a good play. So that's the nice thing about first scrimmage. You got plenty of stuff to teach off of.
But if they have the recognition of things like that, it makes the teaching easier. If they can see that there was our opportunities.
Well, everyone here's a college student, right? Everybody's smart enough to look at the film and go, oh yeah, it's slide protection to the right and I slid left. That's an issue, so this ain't calculus we're talking about here, right? It's football.
How much, I haven't talked much about special teams in that group. Obviously, you got 2 dynamic returners, and everybody knows about Tulu and Xavier. But what have you seen from the punting and the kicking department as far as guys trying to take a hold of those spots right now?
Yeah, it's open competition, right? So a couple of them, obviously Nick Barmera was here in the spring, right? Got a couple new guys in, true freshmen kicking it really good. So the field goal kicking competition and kickoff guy that's going to come down to game week before those decisions are made. And then punting, obviously Keelan, our Aussie's here, and he brings a unique skill set, and so excited to see what that does with our unit there.
How different is that transition for him from Australian rules football to college football?
I think he's just getting used to which way the water swirls, when it goes down the toilet. Yeah, that's other than that.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you guys.